you're here to listen to wonderful program coming to you. And please don't forget to subscribe or give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Yeah, welcome to KJ TV. Dr. Limo on the studio. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much again. It's an amazing Friday here.
It is an amazing Friday, but US is burning, Los Angeles is burning, Chicago is burning. There are all protests all over. And in Kenya also there are protests about this death of this young man called Albert Ojwang. Ojwang, at 33 years old, a young man was murdered by the police. The police who are supposed to be protecting Ojwang. He ended up dying, and now there is a lot of question about, is Kenya becoming a land of terror? What message is this sending to the people, and what is your take on what is happening right now in the country?
Yeah, thank you again for inviting me to the studio. First, I want to send my sincere condolences to the family of Albert Ojwang, who was brutally murdered at the police station, where anybody could expect the highest maximum security. The way his life was taken is really very painful, and I can only imagine how the family is feeling, especially the parents and the wife and the little kid, who is very, at the moment, very oblivious of what is happening around him. That's number one. Number two, what happened this past week really is an epitome of how rotten our system is. The system is so rotten in such a manner that people are even using the visual instruments of power to suppress those they disagree with.
Yeah.
And that has been going on not just now. This really, the difference between now and the previous years, the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, and the 60s, is the fact that now the society is more open and communication is very almost instantaneous.
Those 80s, the information was controlled.
The information was controlled. There was no messages were not going out right away. Now that we have a very open society, which is very democratic again, we are able to see things real time. Two things will come out of this. However tragic it is, it's very tragic that those who think are powerful aren't that powerful, because the power really belongs to the people.
Yeah.
It's a pity that the person who initiated the process of bringing Albert from his village in Homa Bay is still in office.
Yeah.
That person should have stepped aside. That person should have taken off. Even he had the audacity even to stand in front of cameras on the crime scene to listen to how the DCI, and in that press conference, it was a pity to see him standing there. He shouldn't have come there.
But the bottom line is, who is this man? He looks like he's a very powerful man, and he's not going to go out. Let's talk about this man, Lagat. Lagat, this man Lagat is a closest person to President William Ruto. Even during the Uhuru regime, I think he was kind of frustrated, but he elevated him. In fact, if it was his wish, he wanted him to be the IG. This is a man this is a man who is very close, and actually this is a man who is believed to be behind even those abductions, the famous abduction for Gen Zs. He's the one who's leading this killer squad. It is a man who is very powerful, and you know Ochuang and the group touched his nerve, because this is what is claimed. Because he had filed that Ochuang and another blogger, Kevin Moini, published false and malicious information on social media. The post accused Langat of corruption, claiming he strategically placed trusted officers in the key DCI and the traffic positions to control revenue flow. So this is a cartel. He is the one running. So even when he is the one who is in charge, actually, Kanja might just be a symbol there, might be a flower girl in that office. The real man who pulls the strings is this Lagat.
You know, karma has it that whatever goes around comes around. And when the right time comes, you can't stop it.
Mm.
So since last year, June 25th, 24th, 25th, when Gen Z demonstrations happened and several Gen Zs were killed. Subsequently, there were so many abductions going on. We didn't know who actually was behind those abductions.
Yeah.
The same God, and I believe the current regime was driven to the office with the claim that they have been put in office by God. The same God who put them in office, hoping that they will be doing what is best for the nation, is the same God who has now exposed and taken off the file to tell them, hey, this is not exactly what I put you in office to do.
Yeah.
Now, this, unfortunately, this event that occurred, the murder of Alpert, will expose so much that people did not know.
Yeah.
Now, the Kenyan population have a very opportune time, an event that will expose who is who and who has been behind the killings of the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
I know they are hiding. They are still hiding behind those who may have physically been used to murder. But there is a brain behind the murder.
Yeah.
We don't even know why they had to tamper with the CCTV.
Yeah, but
the reports are that the same man who was behind giving instructions actually did appear on the CCTV. That he physically was at Central Police
Station.
Yes. That he physically tortured that man.
He tortured him because this was and you know, let us really ask ourselves, because we need to look deep on this. How would just a post in X rat or a man if it was not touching what he's doing?
Right.
I mean, okay, he went and filed a complaint, which is good. He's a citizen like anybody else. But defamation is not criminal. He had a recourse. He could have gone to court and sue them, because that's a civil matter.
And civil matters, you know, take forever. And civil matters, you don't send people to go and arrest somebody. Civil matters, you let people, somebody know that, hey, you said this, I give you 7 days. If you don't retract, I'm going to sue you.
For defamation.
For defamation. You're just given notice.
But this is a man who just...
So he was treating this thing as a criminal case, which it wasn't a criminal case. This is a civil matter.
And using taxpayers' money. I don't know about 3 Subarus had to go.
I don't know how we can get off the hook on this. But the chickens have come home to roost.
As President William Ruto talked about it, nothing. So he's protected. Here, the question is you saw Parliament. Even people are struggling to explain. I mean, see how what that DJ Giragad will step down if named in the IPOA prop. But even IPOA is already compromised.
Hear me and listen to this. IPOA have no choice but name the persons.
Already they have arrested the OCS, and I know OCS Taram could be innocent. Because
absolutely, and not only OCS, even those who are physically used. So, they are not as innocent, but they are tools. It's like using a tool to do something.
OCS Taram is under the mercy of Lagat. He's an OCS. He had to take command. But I hear when they brought him, he refused to book him because he said this man needs medical attention. That's why he refused to book him. How can you book a sick person who's supposed to be in the hospital?
Absolutely. And actually, he's refusing. He's going to exonerate him, and he's going to be very helpful.
But already they have arrested. You know, Taram has been arrested, and is the man IPOA has named as a principal suspect. So
absolutely. And it's good. You know why I'm saying it's good? He will be arrested. He will be taken to court, and he will speak. And facts, you can't change facts. Opinions, yes, but facts are facts, and they are very stubborn. So arresting Taram, for them, they think that it's going to be a good thing to calm down the temperature. But when the things come to the surface, Taram has already said he's being a sacrificial lamb. He will tell his story, and if he followed procedure, like any procedure, there's always procedure, step by step. If before somebody is put in, there's examination done, there's going to say, hey, before we put you into our cells, we need to find out how physically are you capable of staying here. They refused, as you said, because he was medically not sound. I mean, he couldn't come to the cell because he was sick. He needed medical attention, meaning that he's already exonerated from how did they put him in?
But now let us talk about the rot in the Kenyan Police Service. Number one, people take commands. But I hear this Ragati is very powerful. Even the IG is scared of him. Now, this is what they will tell Ragat. You are an OCS. We are the bosses. Accept the blame. We will make sure you don't serve prison. We will make sure we will take you from there and we will give you this position. He will take the that is Kenya. That is what they are going to do.
Wait. That's Kenya of yesteryears.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Kenya of not of today though. Because if they do that, then they are going to destroy Kenya and pan Kenya. Because people can see through it. People can see through it.
Now,
and they are going to invite people to the streets.
Let me ask
and
you.
I noticed some clips online here, which is very unfortunate, about the families of those who are senior. They're saying if you don't do the right thing, then we are coming for you. It means that if the justice system is not going to work, then it's going to be everybody for himself. And when it comes down to everybody for himself, we don't want that kind of situation in a civilized society.
Now let me ask you.
Because if they sacrifice only the OCS,
it's only the Senate which is complaining. But have you had members of parliament complaining? They are being pocketed. They are not complaining.
Well,
that's one of the areas. Ask yourself, and that's one thing that the people need everybody to ask his member of parliament. What have you commented about Ojwang's case? I think also accountability. This matter of let's go to every member of parliament. They have kept quiet because it's like they are scared. They can't do anything. Okay, the Senate is talking. They know they left the Senate toothless. The Senate does not have any powers in Kenya. They can't summon anybody. They can summon But those people come there and they are nothing can take place.
At least they have done something, and just let's step by step here. The Senate has done something. They have at least exposed to the Kenyan populace that this is how things are happening, and they are questioning them in front of cameras, at least.
Yeah.
Parliament, and unfortunately, which is the members of Parliament, Karuma comes from where? Karuma is it from Homa Bay?
Yeah.
And the late Albert was from Homa Bay too.
Yeah.
I saw a clip online saying that he doesn't even know that the late Albert is from Homa Bay. He was saying that Homa Bay County, that's where he comes from. And this is a member of Parliament from Homa Bay County who is in Parliament, who should even be protecting his own people. Is questioning why he was picked from Migori County and taken to Nairobi. How can a member of Parliament from Homa Bay County, who knows exactly where Albert comes from, convince Homa Bay County and Migori County? This is really unfortunate, because it brings confusion from what is considered broad-based to bread-based or blood-based. Now we don't know whether it's broad-based, bread-based, or blood-based. Because now what we are seeing is blood.
So, to me, I mean, let us make people accountable. The members of Parliament are not doing anything. And the police, surely, Lagat has to step aside. We are not saying he needs to say, so that the people can have freedom to do investigation. How could you investigate? You heard that he has placed people specifically in a key position in DCI. So this guy is so powerful. Even if you are doing any investigation, how can you do? And this man is in your boss in the office. Even mentioning, we are not saying that he's guilty, but he should step down.
Right. Yeah, they are confused because Rangat is very powerful, but we all know that power belongs to the people ultimately. He may be powerful today, but if everybody stands up and takes away their power, you and I, or the population, takes their power away, the people who think they are in power really don't have power. So it's important for Kenyans to know that their voices, regardless of how muted it is, if each one of them puts their voice behind this specific heinous act, there will be a change.
Could it be?
And
yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I was going to complete and say that when this person behind the heinous act of murdering an innocent, I would say innocent because he was never proven guilty, innocent young man in a police station is held to account, maybe they might restore trust in the criminal justice system, because our system is so rotten that if they don't use this murder as a way of cleansing and showing that there is going to be accountability, then we have a country that is corrupting meaning that there will be chaos, and everybody will now say, if I'm not safe in the hands of police, then I rather defend myself when I see them. Yeah.
You know, that is how the French Revolution started. You know, there was a period of terror when you will not say you comment anything about the leader, and then you are punished. And that's what caused the French Revolution. That's how finally the French Revolution came. So even in Kenya right now, what I am seeing, this trend is going to lead into a revolution, because people cannot just sit there and be murdered. Like, if you talk anything, in any case, even if we say it like that, how many things people say here about about even Trump, but they are not caught. They are not arrested. Nobody arrested.
And somebody clearly said that when you're in public office, especially those high-ranking public office, if you cannot stand scrutiny and abuse, then you have no reason to hold that office.
Because
you have to develop a thick skin and execute your mandate.
Yeah.
A public office means a public office, meaning that you are scrutinized by the public.
Yeah.
And everybody has a right to say whatever they think about that office. You are just a trustee of that office. And when they point a finger on that office,
you have to take
if you are clean, then you are good. If you are not, then you should be found guilty. So in my opinion, I think I don't see how Eliud Rangat is gonna really escape this. I don't see how.
I want to show you a clip how people even make jokes about Trump here. If somebody makes a joke like this in Kenya, it could be dead. You think that person will be alive right now?
They will be slaughtered before they get even to Nairobi Central Police Station. The nearest police station will be the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So I've noticed Kenyans really are becoming a little bit like, hey, we respect the office of the presidency. We respect this. You know, there's a thin line between democracy and respect. I know during the presidency of Clinton, I was very new in the United States at the time. They were abusing so much so that he at one time said, they have called me all the names, and I think they have finished all the abusive names on the record. The only name they have not called me is I'm a child of God.
They have demonized a person, but
yeah, they demonize you when you're in the public. I think the first thick you have to develop a thick skin when you get into public office.
Yeah, you have to. And you know, this is exactly what started. You know, history repeats itself. This is exactly what happened in Botswana. The then president, Dr. Mokwasi Masisi, he had also a terror squad. If you criticize him, they come for you. People were scared. 5 years down the road, he made that country lose the ruling party, which has ruled Botswana for 58 years, lost power for the first time. And the sitting president, he was not even number 2. He was number 4. He had to concede defeat because he was humiliated. He lost. And with all this anger, I see even the Kenya Kwanza government is headed that direction. They have really angered the Kenyans. Now, if he has been campaigning in Homa Bay, tell me, do you think now even this will anger the people of Homa Bay? Yeah, and the guy has been banging on it.
Yeah, this really pours cold water on what he has done. He put in so much money into campaigning and making the people of Homa Bay like him. Then by just one single taking of a life, really, it's a painful process of losing.
President Ruto needs to stop.
Yeah, it's so painful, and he has not done anything to usurp the anger.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he would have pronounced his take and said, "Langat, if I were you, I'll step aside." I don't know what the Constitution says about the DIG, but in a democracy where people really take responsibility, I think by now he should have stepped aside if he was innocent. If he believes he's innocent.
Okay, I think Ben has joined us. Ben, we are almost done. Sorry. Yeah, you are muted.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry I'm late. Yeah.
yeah. Now, if Rangat will not step down, according to the constitution, I think they said that the law allows a Kenyan to file a petition. Section 17(1) says of the National Police Service Act, the DJ may be removed for serious violation of the Constitution or other laws, including Chapter 6, gross misconduct, physical or mental incapacity, incompetence, bankruptcy, or any other. So, say a person desiring the removal of a Deputy Inspector General on any grounds specified in subsection 1 may present a petition to the Commission setting out the alleged facts constituting that ground. So, but then it has to go to the same people who are making decisions who will still favor him. But somebody can do a petition for it.
Yeah, he's on mute. The fact is, the goodness with democracy, it's noisy. It can be noisy. It can be it can make some people uncomfortable.
Mm.
The more noise we hear, it cannot hold off. It cannot make decisions. I mean, who people have given him the power to do the policing.
Mm.
If people say you are continue stay in office, cannot really continue, he can't continue.
Mm.
He might want to stay in office by force, and people will disrespect the entire police system. And that is not what everybody wants. Because if he's the figurehead of police, he's considered a person of interest. Don't want to call him a murderer. If he's considered a person of interest and is not held to account, who is going to respect the police?
Yeah. Ben.
Yes, Secretary. This was a very nice topic. I'm sorry I didn't get how you started. I really wanted to participate because, Dr. You all know where this government has started. And we say this is one of the hardest presidents in Africa.
Mm. Hello?
We say he will never give anything. And he is not even remorseful. Look on what happened in Mombasa, Shakahora. We forgotten yesterday, the storm of yesterday. He has never come out and say what happened. Now people are dying. Youths are going every day. Look at this guy now, Robert Chuang has gone. He's quiet. I've not seen him serious coming out and saying exactly what happened. Is he really know the constitution that is there to protect Kenyans? That's his first responsibility as a president before we come even on that. He's a president who doesn't even care. He's already thinking on how he's going to win for the second term, which is very, very difficult. I don't understand how he will do it. But, Daktari, it really is a crime scene in Kenya whereby we are losing youths. Before the whole constitution, people would be arrested and get to be in the jail, which was really much better. You are in jail, you are not killed. Now, they arrest the youths and they kill them.
Yeah.
And they say that somebody just did a suicidal. I mean, how can somebody hit the wall until he dies? It is unfortunate that we have a president who doesn't even care on his responsibility that he was given.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, we're about to finish, but
yeah.
Thank you for that, touching that nerve where the initial explanation was that Alpert was so upset about himself that he knocked his head, and then he died out of knocking his head up against the wall. Even at one time, I think the late president, Mwai Kibaki, mentioned that even when you are rigging, you should be smart on how you rig things. You don't just say this and that. Be smart. I think the person who released that statement initially really needs to be questioned as well. He needs to be held accountable. The IG, who is the Inspector General, who endorsed and gave that statement out as an official position of the police, he should be held accountable. Because if you are a boss and you are given something, you question it before you disclose it to the public.
Yeah, but let us also understand it. The way I know we had a space where many Kenyans had freedom from Kibaki's time. People would express, at least even some would take responsibility for what they are doing. But what we saw, Ruto came to power, he has returned us to dark days. As I said, Kanja might be the IG, but the man who has the real power, the absolute power, is Lagat, the deputy IG. And that's why Ojwang exposed this. He's the one controlling. He has put people in strategic places, even the people who are supposed to go to traffic to collect money. You see, actually, the Kenya police money of corruption passes there 56 billion in a year. So he's the one controlling it. Even when Kanja was giving that statement, Deputy IG was there. So he has been told, read this.
And that's why I'm saying specifically when you are the IG and you're given a statement and you're willing specifically to read it out willingly in front of cameras and you're not questioning it, you should be held accountable. Meaning that incompetent people who cannot question should not be in that office. That's why he must be held accountable. So that in the future, somebody who knows will be in that office, whatever statement he reads must be something that has been vetted, he has signed on it, and he owns it. So regardless, I understand where you're coming from, that there is power behind it. If you are just a flower girl or a figurehead, you shouldn't be in that office. He should be, in my opinion, if he's held accountable too, and then in the future, anybody going to that office will know I have a responsibility to tell Kenyans exactly what the truth is. That I should not be used to be the cover-up, because he was being used as a cover-up. In my opinion, he should also be held accountable for accepting to read something that is so dubious that even a person who has no knowledge about how things happen could not have read that statement.
But the same Lagat went to Keyo Marakwet, where a father was killed, and he gave an ultimatum that I don't know how many days the killers will be found. And then the two suspects who were caught, they were found dead. They were dead.
They were killed.
Yeah, they were killed. He's the one who said, he gave a promise that within 4 days they are going to be arrested. And those people were arrested, they were like abducted, and they were killed. So he's a killer squad. Ragadi is the man behind all of this abduction which was in Kenya. So he's untouchable. So if they have to do something, he's untouchable, like the way the total man used to say that I'm a total man, you cannot do him. That would be the president be what? Oh, my time. So that is
was he actually a total man at the end of the day?
Well, he caused terror during his time.
This is a new constitution, Daktari. It's a matter of time. The 40 days are catching up with them. As I can borrow some words from C.S. Fred Matiang'i. He said, some people come here and explain things to people, even stupid people, will not even accept. I mean, lies to everybody. Because here, if they are saying they are really serious on what they are doing, he's the one to resign, as you have said. Now, they are firing the junior people in Central Police. I think you have seen that. Junior people are being, sent home for no reason.
Yeah.
He's the one to resign.
Okay, gentlemen, our time is gone. I think we have to stop here unless somebody has a burning to say.
Yeah, here is the last my last observation, and maybe wishes the Deputy Inspector General should have stepped aside. And if not, I don't see how he will continue holding that office. I don't see how the police organization will continue surviving with a deputy head of Inspector General being a suspect of murder. I don't see how. And for the good of Kenya, Kenya is greater than anybody else. I sincerely hope that he will step aside. Even before he's being forced, he will be forced to step aside. There's more dignity in stepping aside to allow for investigations to continue than to be pushed out. There is more dignity in having to step aside, at least to usage the anger of Kenyans. There is a need for us to eat that more Kenyans really come to support transparency and accountability, especially the family that is in pain. And there are so many families that have lost young ones, but this is going to be the tipping point where we would be holding people to account, that those who have been abducting and killing are finally held to account. And I believe, and I sincerely hope that this is the last of those murders that are going to occur in the hands of a system that is supposed to be protecting people.
Okay. Ben, you have anything to say before we end?
Yeah, I wish they would read the writings on the wall, as the Dr. has said, to resign and take responsibility. It is the high time because Kenyans now, they are watching and everybody else in the world is watching what they're doing. They should actually resign to pave way for inspection, for the law to take place.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. It was nice having you in the studio.